Hey there, welcome to Rose. In this video, we'll be looking at how you could use our Rose Vision API to extract data from images and PDFs. Let's dive right in. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and open our developers portal here. And you can navigate to the Rose Vision API specifically by navigating to the spreadsheet component here. And then just scrolling all the way down to the import data from images, PDFs using Rose Vision. Here you'll find almost everything that you need to make the API work, but in case you need any additional details, you can also refer to our support article on the same topic. The next thing I'm going to do is open rose.com and grab an API key in case you don't already have one. To do that, I'm going to click on our workspace avatar, settings, and then Rose API. Let's go ahead and click the new API key here, and I'm just going to keep this here for reference. Now, let's go about configuring Postman to trigger this API. The first thing I'm going to do is copy this endpoint here. And you can also utilize our curl commands or other code samples that's available here. You can just click on any one of those and you should see the request samples changing here. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and configure this manually. And now that we have the endpoint, I'm going to switch to Postman here, open a new tab and just paste the URL. Since this is a post request, I'm going to change the word from get to post as well. Next, let's go ahead and set up our authorization. Let's choose bearer token and copy and paste the token that we have here. And let's navigate to the body here. I'm going to switch to form data because that's what this particular endpoint requires. And next, let's go ahead and configure each of these parameters. I'm going to go back to our documentation here, and please do read through some of the details provided here. But in our case, I'm going to go ahead and start using these parameters here. We don't really need the folder ID outright, so I'm going to start by the files parameter. I'm going to copy that, paste that in here, change the text to file, and I already have 3 invoices in my local machine, so I'm going to go ahead and upload that here. Let's do that 2 more times real quick. I'm going to choose the next invoice also, and finally I'm going to choose the third one as well. There we go. Okay, I'm going to copy mode and paste that in here, leave it to text. Let's start with the read parameter like so. And next, we don't really need the app ID or the table ID at the moment, since we're not looking to combine this to an existing spreadsheet. But let's go ahead and set up our instructions. I'm going to paste that in here, and I'm going to ask it to extract invoice ID, invoice date, supplier name, total amount, and due date. And next, let's set the merge to be true. Once you have this, let's go ahead and make our request. I'm going to click send. Now, here's where you might need to give it a couple of seconds, depending on the number of files that you've uploaded and the number of pages each file may have. The time may really vary here. So let's just give it a couple of seconds. And there we have it. In about 13 seconds, we now have this output generated from this API. As you can already see, this is providing you data for each column and the row as well. And sometimes you don't really need this. If that's the case, let's go ahead and change the mode to read simplified. For that, I'm going to copy that from here and paste that in and hit send again. Let's give this a couple more seconds. And this is a much better looking output with a very simplistic JSON data structure and all the details that we need. Let's also check out the create mode to see what happens. I'm going to copy that and paste that in here. Give it a couple seconds for the API to do its magic. There we go. So now you can either copy this URL and just paste it on your browser, or in my case, I'm going to navigate to rose.com and go to my folder. In this case, since we haven't specified a folder ID, the API automatically puts the spreadsheet on the very first folder. There's so much more that you can do with this API and Rose in general. I hope this video helps, and thanks for watching.